when we find out if TV really does ruin your brain. Bye. Have a good one. Yeah. Good stuff. Again.
Hello everyone, this is Beyond the Credits. We're here to give you the week's movie and television news, then we'll be breaking down the new Black Panther trailer. After that, we have a director's spotlight on Denis Villeneuve, and we'll give you our movie pick of the week at the end. Welcome to Beyond the Credits. A slew of new trailers dropped this week, including The New Mutants, the next installment in 20th Century Fox's X-Men franchise, from the director of The Fault in Our Stars and starring Anya Taylor-Joy from Split and Maisie Williams of Game of Thrones fame. Then we have a sequel to Strangers, a horror film from 2008 has released a new trailer. The new film will see a family arrive at an abandoned mobile home park where a trio of mass psychopaths will test the family's limits. Lastly, we got our third Black Panther trailer, or maybe it was the second one, I don't know, our most recent Black Panther trailer, and our best look at the film yet. We'll be going over it in more detail after the break. The next standalone Star Wars film, centered around the life of a young Han Solo, officially has an official title. Director Ron Howard celebrated wrapping principal photography on the movie by announcing the film's title will be Solo. Simple, it may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts. The Fast and Furious family continues to feud. Comments made by Dwayne Johnson in recent months calling out some of his male co-stars over their lack of professionalism have indicated that a rift in the franchise's cast is growing, making the future of the series difficult to determine. It seems as though a spin-off movie starring Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham might be getting a fast track for 2019, while the next main installment will be delayed once again. For a franchise that focuses on family, this is pretty odd developments, but I guess all families fight. John Carpenter's involvement in the next Halloween movie is becoming a little more clear. Not only will he return to the horror franchise in the producer's chair, he will also be scoring the movie. He's scored a good deal of his films in the past, so this is welcome news for Carpenter fans. The movie is set to release next year on October 19th. The Harvey Weinstein scandal continues to develop, with the Motion Picture Academy revoking the producer's membership after more and more allegations of rape and assault continue to come forward. This response by the Academy is raising questions about how Hollywood has dealt with other members accused of misconduct in the past, including Bill Cosby, Roman Polanski, and Casey Affleck, who have not been expelled from the Academy. In light of the scandal, director Kevin Smith, who has worked with Weinstein in the past, is giving all his residuals from films he made with Weinstein to the charity Women in Film. Good on him. Stephen King's It continues to do well in the box office, and while many who have seen the film can agree that there are disturbing elements, news of a deleted scene from the movie would have featured an early version of Pennywise the Clown from the 1600s eating a baby in front of the mother of the child. While it would have been interesting to discover the origins of this creature, maybe it's for the best that this scene never made it into the final cut. Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Thomas Anderson will be collaborating for the first time since 2007's There Will Be Blood. The previously untitled film will be called Phantom Thread, a drama that takes place in 1950s London. Daniel Day-Lewis has previously announced that he will be leaving the world of acting, so this might be his final performance in a feature film. Lastly, a new movie based around the Addams Family is coming from one of the co-directors of Sausage Party. The family has had many iterations throughout the years and have even seen an animated series in the past, so it's only a matter of time before we see this eclectic family in the limelight once again. That's it for the news. Now let's meet our panelists for the week. All right, hey guys, what's going on? So a lot of trailers dropped this week, yes, including New Mutants. Have you guys heard of New Mutants before? Are you guys excited about that? We've seen a lot of X-Men films in the past, so how does this one stack up to what we've seen from the X-Men franchise.
Well, I've only ever like seen the New Mutants in like passing, as far as like, you know, researching different. I mean, comic books always span, you know, long spans of time, and there's always different spin-offs, different characters in the same universe and that type of thing. But I'm excited to get something new, something different. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, as far as the X-Men franchise goes, sometimes it can be a hit or a miss. But I mean, if I'm always willing to give them another shot, especially after Logan, for example.
Right, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it seems like in the trailer, it has like, I think maybe they're taking some cues from Logan and as far as tone goes, because it didn't seem like, I don't know how much they're going to tie this movie into the other X-Men movies, but it didn't feel like Apocalypse or Days of Future Past in any way.
It'll be interesting how they connect it up, because X-Men has a very funny way of doing continuity, because there really isn't a continuity.
Or lack thereof,
Yeah, exactly.
They do it and then they revoke it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it was confirmed that it takes place in modern time, so so that would be interesting to see if it would connect in any sort of way.
Because we're still seeing in the main track, we're still seeing them. They're going to be in the 90s next, I think.
Yeah, I think so. In the
or they already
Phoenix.
were in the 90s. I forgot what Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past was 70s.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse is 80s. We'll see 90s again in like the Dark Phoenix, I think is the next one. Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. I definitely think they're taking a different approach to it, because I mean, Joss Boone came out and said early on in the development that he wanted to implement some horror into it, but from the trailer, it looks like it's a legit horror movie, like straight up.
It's looking pretty spooky. I'll tell you that.
I've seen some mixed reactions, because I know you don't like it at all.
I didn't like it that
I
much.
honestly loved it because of how different it was, and I love it when superhero movies that some people might say there's a little bit of fatigue, can take like different approaches into different genres instead of just like the typical oh, there's a big villain, he's going to destroy the world, we have to stop it, and it's a smaller story that's more grounded.
Which I do appreciate too, like, you know, in Suicide Squad, where it's just like, come on, they're like a small group trying to fight against like this giant world-ending villain. Like, I thought that was so unrealistic. That's why I like Logan, at least.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, what about this trailer that has you like, eh?
Because it's just like the classic like teenage troop of this, like they're in an asylum all like freaking out, but now they have powers. So it's like, it doesn't have me too excited, but we can see.
Yeah, I read the original, like the first print they made of these characters. It seems like they're going to have the same amount, or the same kind of around the same roster as they had in the comics. But it was not something that it was kind of like a lighthearted kid adventure with with Professor Xavier kind of like guiding them into like being his new set of mutants. Because at this point in the comics, I think they were already kind of through, at least the main group of X-Men had already grown up. So these were like the new kids, the new mutants.
Right.
And it did not have any like horror elements. So it's weird to see them kind of go that way with this. But I'm racking my brain to try to think of like a horror movie, superhero movie like crossover that they did. I thought that we might have seen Doctor Strange go this route because they got the director of Sinister, I think, or Insidious. I forget
Scott
which one it
Derrickson.
is.
He's mainly done horror movies.
Was it Sinister that he did?
I believe so.
Okay, so I thought we were going to get that vibe with Doctor Strange, but I think I can't think of another one that they've really gone this route with, because they're kind of
with Marvel, not that I can think of. I mean, there have been like some darker, obviously, comic book movies, like, you know, Dark Knight. Watchmen is pretty dark and gloomy, but